What up, YouTube? We are just getting started with a little Amazon FBA Q&A. We got the TikTok Live up. We're going to be going until we have no more questions on TikTok Live, and then no more live for the night. So if you guys want the live to keep going, keep asking questions. Did you see that comment on your video? No, I didn't. I don't know what comment you're talking about. Are you doing branded products or from Alibaba? I brand my own products from Alibaba. But Amazon does hold your unit and does all that fulfillment, which is nice. Yes, exactly. Of course, that's for the FBA fee. It's not for free, but it doesn't need to be free because Amazon makes it a lot easier with their own fulfillment than I would ever make it. So my comment on the software, PickFu, looks interesting. I saw another AMZ guy talk about it. Anytime you guys see any Amazon person talking about what their favorite software is, on it, I mean, if we're keeping it 100, including myself, it's because they're an affiliate. So if they're like, this one is the best one, well, they probably have some self-interest in telling you that. That's why when I do tell people that I use Helium 10, I always try to give the alternative of Jungle Scout. So literally Helium 10's competitor. Use whichever one you want. But if there's, somebody like, oh, PickFu, it's the greatest one, use my discount code down below. Well, yeah, it's probably not the best one then. The two most accurate, and this is proven by data, the two most accurate are Helium 10 and Jungle Scout. Use whichever one you want, but use one that is going to give you the best data. Does your brand registry name need to be on the packaging? Yes. Anyone can flex sales. I mean, probably not you, but go off. He didn't have an affiliated discount. It's crowdsourcing site to get public reviews on product designs. Oh, okay. Sorry. I take that back, 4chan. Sorry, brother. I thought you were talking about a software. Yes, I actually heard about this back in 2019 when I went to my very first Amazon conference, Amazing Seller Con. I think things like this can be interesting, but then you're giving out your differentiators before you head to market. So beauty is the best. Beauty is the most competitive and highest cost per click categories on Amazon. So the person who said anyone can flex sales knows nothing about selling on Amazon. So go off. God bless you. Hi, my name is Delaney. What up, Delaney? God bless. Good to see you. Good to see everybody in the live. Appreciate everybody in here vibing, asking questions, listening to me yap about questions. Edward, thank you so much for the follow. How are you sourcing and how do you find profitable products? I get most of my products from literally, oh man. Hold on. Sorry. I get a majority of my products from Alibaba, manufacturers overseas. And then in terms of how to find profitable products, I use Helium 10's black box tool. Okay, I just don't even want to. You guys got to be careful the information that you hear on the internet. And honestly, like I'm going to just because I can't say, oh, be careful all of everybody else's information and not mine. So even be wary of go fact check the information that I say, right? But people will tell you things, right? So you just have somebody pop into the live and they're speaking nonsense. I muted and blocked them. But they're like, oh, this is the best category on Amazon. Anybody can do this. And they just speak a bunch of nonsense. And then it's like, okay, well, how about we look at the data? They say beauty is the best category to get into on Amazon. Well, as a private label seller, every single topical or consumable or makeup or hair product is going to need some kind of ISO lab test certification. So not only are you going to have to spend, $3,000 to $5,000 for a regular product launch, but now add another $2,000 to $4,000 for your ISO test. And then you're going up against the biggest brands and with the cheapest products, Maybelline selling an eyeliner for $2 on Amazon. You're not going to ever be able to compete with that because those brands sell at a loss in order to make money. And so, yeah, all information on the internet is not created equal. There's going to be lots of people yapping away about this is the right answer. This is the right answer. Fact check my info too, because I can't. It would be hypocritical to say, oh, all information and don't fact check mine. But I keep it 100, son. Keep it consistent. It looks interesting. His point is, if you were to buy this product on Amazon, which variation would you buy? Had many votes than the other. The only issue that I have with that 4chan, I've heard of it and I do like the idea. At face value, it's a good idea. I've had products where I list on Amazon that don't perform as well on Walmart. I've had products that maybe like some of my failed products that I've had on Amazon, I've actually gotten rid of the inventory on Walmart. So they're different markets. People are looking for different things, different buyer behavior. But that doesn't mean that what you're saying, is not a good idea, because it is. I just noticed Amazon seller feedback. Does getting 5-star here help rank? Not help rank your products, but it's a good thing to have. And the cool thing about seller feedback is sometimes people think that they're leaving a bad review on seller feedback, which isn't going to affect your product, thankfully. And seller feedback, I wish reviews were like this, but seller feedback actually has a much more strict guideline than product reviews. So if anybody mentions anything that is not just about the seller experience, like if they leave a product review on there and it's bad, you can actually get it removed within like 24 hours. How do you start? Step 1, create an Amazon seller account. Step 2, find a potential product to sell. How much will you need to start? I'd say 3K USD minimum. How do you start on trademark? You contact a trademark attorney and they would be able to get that done for you. Do you only use Alibaba? Majority, yes, not only, but yes, majority. Is it possible to become profitable with air shipping instead of sea shipping? Be pretty hard, depending on the type of product. I highly doubt it. Like something as big as this mic 4chan, right? So there's a whole stand on my desk for this. Something like this, I really doubt, unless you had like, sorry, not the mic stand, right? So the mic is obviously a different piece of hardware. Something like that, I almost doubt that you'd be able to be profitable on the stand itself if you air shipped it. Even something like the mic, I almost doubt it, unless you have like one of those studio mics that's $2,000 plus that you're going to sell retail. But yeah, I don't like air shipping. Funny enough, I used to do air shipping. When I first started selling on Amazon, the cost per kilogram for air shipping was honestly not that bad. I also do kind of regret it a little bit. I mean, not regret, that's the wrong word, but it makes me think like, oh man, if my margins were what they were back then with air shipping, how would my margins have been with sea shipping? I probably would have been running like 50, 60% margins from the jump. Maybe not 60. I don't do wholesale. What is the cost for Helium 10? They have the $40 package and they have the $80 package. I personally use the 81. Brother, good morning. I'm a new seller from Amazon in UAE. How to start Amazon? Which category is best? Every category has potential, bro. You got to just find one and find a product in one of those categories with good market numbers. And how to start. Step 1, create your Amazon seller account. Step 2, get a product research software and find a potential product to sell. Something like Helium 10 or Jungle Scout. What do you think is better, FBM or FBA? FBA without a doubt. Sorry, skip some here. Let me get to those. I also just realized, 4chan, are you in the YT chat right now? Can you hear the music that's playing? Anybody in the YT chat, can you tell me if you hear the music playing? If you guys don't hear that, that's actually good. No audio on YouTube. Is it bad? Really? Hold on, 4chan. Testing, testing. How about now with the music off? Everybody told me that the audio was way better with the LS mic. You let me know now if the audio is better on... I wonder... Doesn't let me change my audio settings while I'm on live, which is kind of silly. Because what if somebody needs to call an audible? We'll change that. I'll use the ZV mic next time. And I'll just buy a better mic. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. My supplier is trying to charge me $1,500 for 500 units of a light product. Is that price reasonable? I mean, that's what, $3 a unit? That doesn't sound too bad. I mean, yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. What's your cost per kilogram is the real question. Always got to calculate that cost per kilogram. How do you source from Alibaba? I've seen some guys posting about getting 5 or 6 ROAS. Is that possible? Yeah, it is. It's rare, you know. I wouldn't, like, if I had a 5 ROAS on a product, I wouldn't go preach it to all of you that that's going to be the standard that you're going to get. Do you recommend Australia marketplace? I recommend the US market, number one. How much money did you start with? I started with 4,900 USD. You can start with about 3K minimum. I'd say the sweet spot would be about 3,500 to 4K. Someone has an account with your name on TikTok and they're asking people to sign up for some crypto. Yes, lots of people pretending to be me. It's unfortunately nothing that I can do about it. It's kind of up to you guys to just double check. I'm never going to DM you. I'm never going to tell you to buy crypto or anything like that. And then I'm also never going to follow you guys. I appreciate everybody, but yeah, I'm never going to follow anyone unless I have personally met you. I likely will not follow you and just reach out to you, especially with a message, hey, or hello. So you guys just got to be careful for that. Paying $2 to $4 an item a month is a lot if it's not selling. Who's paying $4 a month? Even heavy products during Q4, unless you're talking like a piece of furniture, but even like heavier products aren't $4 a unit for storage costs a month. But I do agree. So just wanted to clarify that. But that being said, yes, if you have a product sitting at Amazon that's not selling, it can cost you a lot. This is why, by the way, I say start with a test run order of a product. You don't want to be sitting on thousands of units when you're just starting out, trying to slowly build up the product, build up the rank. You want to start small. And once you've dialed in sales history, this is what I don't understand about like the way people used to teach Amazon. I do appreciate that like the landscape is changing a little. Well, you know what actually is what's is good and sucks at the same time is I actually think that it was TikTok that helped change the landscape because, you know, obviously there's a lot of nonsense information everywhere and there's a lot of good information as well. But like I invest more of my content into TikTok. I've just recently started shifting over to YT. And the information on YT is not how I would launch a product. You know what I'm saying? And like it's funny because it's a lot of people who they're the most subscribed, they're SEO ranked for their videos on the search results for YouTube the most. But then it's like that's not necessarily the best strategy or the best information. So people will be like, "Oh, order 50% of the top sellers monthly sales for your first order." And that might be 1,000 units, 2,000 units. That's not the right strategy. You're teaching people a strategy that's probably going to set more people up for failure than it is going to be for success. Any updates on the TikTok ban in January 19th is in 14 days. That's 2 weeks. It's 16 days. And as of now, bro, I don't know. I got to have faith in God, but I'm pretty pessimistic about it. I don't really have faith in our government that they're going to come through and save it. How did you find the right product? By doing product research. Uzman, thank you so much for the follow. Finesse, it accidentally scrolled me down to the bottom. Well, actually, that's how you don't get your questions answered, by saying it's pre-recorded. It's funny. I'm actually live on 2 platforms, so I'm reading chats on YouTube. Those ones get prioritized, and then I go to the TikTok comments. If you guys want your comments prioritized, go over to YouTube. I'm doing OA and find some products, but none that are consistent to source. Tips on moving forward. Try private label. Hope it doesn't would affect the guys like Airstick. I hope it doesn't get banned. Bro, it would be very unfortunate for people if it got banned. Yo, what's good, bro? What up, Egyptian? Good to see you. Do you do private label? I do. Also, funny enough, the person who said that it's pre-recorded asked this type of question. Gives you a little insight, but says, hey, do you think it's possible to hit 200K revenue a year after doing FBA for a year? 2 answers to this. Number 1, yes, it's possible. Number 2, most of you guys shouldn't even be worried about this. This is what's backwards on the internet nowadays, right? All of you guys are worrying about how to make your first 100,000, your first 200,000, your first $1 million. Hey, how long till I get $10,000 in profit on Amazon? How about you worry about making $1 profit on Amazon before you worry about making $10,000 a month on Amazon? You get what I'm saying? When I started my journey, it was simply, I'm going to create a product. I'm going to sell that product. I'm going to create a brand. I'm going to start a business. It wasn't, I'm only going to start this business if I'm going to make X amount of money in this amount of time frame. And my motivation is going to be determined by if I make this amount of money in this time frame. If that's your mindset, you're probably going to be pretty demotivated during a lot of the steps along business, right? I actually knew somebody, and it was very interesting. They almost felt like it almost felt like they thought that their success was, they were owed success, right? Oh, I launched a product on Amazon, so I better be making X amount of money in this amount of time. But what's wrong with that is you have this perfect game plan in business, and then life hits, and you realize that you have to throw that perfect plan out the window, and you have to learn to adapt. You have to learn to overcome. And so all these people who are like, I'm only going to start if I can make $10,000 in profit in my first 6 months. And if it's going to be a yellow brick road and I can tap my heels together and I'm going to, boom, get the sales. That's how people want business to be. And unfortunately, that's a mix of the internet thinking that making people think that it's fast money, right? And also people on the internet making it seem like, oh, everything is get rich quick, get rich quick, get rich quick. There was someone, like, I've gotten DMs like, hey, I need to make $20,000 in 30 days. Do you think Amazon is a good route? No, it's not. You're not even going to have a product launched in 30 days. So on YT. Hi, I hope you are fine today. Tell me about FBA Australia and how to increase sales per month on a new account. FBA Australia, FBA Mexico, FBA US, it's all the same. How do you increase sales? You get more reviews, you push for PPC, you increase your conversion to increase your market share. My favorite quote paraphrased, I can get you rich quick in 10 years. You want to be rich in a month or a year. You don't want to hear the 10 years is very quick. I actually really love that. I'm actually going to take that into make my own quote out of that. I absolutely love that. Everybody in this live, both YT and you and TikTok, listen to this. And this isn't my claim. I'm reading a quote. I can get you rich quick in 10 years. You want to be rich in a month or a year. You don't want to hear that 10 years is very quick. That is what's so backwards with the internet. I tell someone 3 to 6 months to have a product launched on Amazon. They're like, what? Are you serious? I thought that I would be making $100,000 a month a week after I started Amazon. That's too hard. And then they go back to making $15 an hour at their job, working 40 hours a week. And I'm not dissing that. Respect to anybody who's working, but do you see how the thinking is backwards? I'll spend 4 years of my life, spend $70,000, $50,000 on a piece of paper that really means nothing, unless I'm a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer. Genuinely means nothing. I likely don't even have a career in the field that my degree is in, right? I'll spend that 4 years of my life. In fact, if you really think about it, I'll spend 16 years of my life from kindergarten to 12th grade and then college. I'll spend 16 years of my life. I'll hand it away to someone else. I'll spend tens of thousands of dollars on it. But when somebody tells me that it's going to take me a few years to build up my dream business where, if it works out, I'm going to have my dream life, that's too hard. Ladies and gentlemen, everything in life is hard. You get to choose your hard. You get to choose if you wake up every day to go to a job that you don't like, to a boss that tells you what to do that you don't want to hear, to go sit in daily commute traffic that you don't want to sit in, to go have your 2 weeks of vacation, to go somewhere in the world that you actually don't want to go, or potentially don't go anywhere in the world. Or you can choose the hard of you're going to struggle in business. You're going to have challenges. You'll likely lose money. You're likely going to maybe have failed products along the way. You are going to have challenges. You're going to have days where you're like, why am I even doing this? But the upside, in my opinion, once you have a successful business, is far greater than the first scenario that I said. Both scenarios in life are hard. Everything in life is hard. If you want a yellow brick road, then the results that you yield are probably not going to be that great. I like that quote. I'm going to screenshot that. I like it. How do you change product safety? Lithium battery was input way higher than it should be. Now it's locked. I can't edit it. You're going to have to either edit it via a flat file or create a case with Amazon Seller Central. Always good to see you, brother. Are you in Canada or USA? Cali. Tiger, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Shipping is very expensive. How do you ship your items? I created my own shipping company, and they get under $1.50 cost per kilogram on average, which beats most market rates. So I get pretty good rates on shipping. Do you think 10 returns in 10 units is too much? A 10% return rate is a lot, unless you have like a fragile or electronic or a clothing or a shoe item or like sheets, something like that, or a product that has like a one-time use product. So say you sold, this is where it gets, these are things that people have to consider with Amazon. Say you had like, I'm trying to think of something. Say you had say you had a kids themed happy birthday banner. You actually might see a much higher return rate on that because people will buy it for a party and then they don't need it for another year, especially those themed ones, and then they return it. So you kind of have to account for that. Do you recommend running PPC on several variants or just one variant? How would you recommend PPC on a product with multiple color variations for private labeling? You would want to test. There's two ways to go about this. Both ways can potentially be expensive unless you get lucky right off the bat. You can either throw in all products in a campaign, whichever one performs best. Once you get like at least 10, 15 clicks, you put the spend towards that one, your top one or two variations. This one could potentially be more expensive, especially if the last variant is the one that actually hits, but you can test each one individually, and then the one that performs the best, you keep that one. Thanks for the last answer. Tell me about UAE and all the Middle East accounts and what we need to increase to make account. Like I said, it's increasing reviews, it's increasing conversion, optimizing your listing, and then optimizing your PPC ad campaigns. It doesn't necessarily matter what market it is. Every market will have different product criteria and different revenues and stuff like that. But in terms of Sorry, I was reading something else. But in terms of what gets sales, reviews, conversion, PPC, organic rank. I'm getting into retail arbitrage, and some are good distributors. You'd recommend household items. I do private label. I don't necessarily recommend arbitrage as a business model. I have a competitor who runs PPC on all his variants, and if there are 59 listings on PPC, 7 of his listings of all different colors pop up on the page. So wouldn't advertising on all get more sales? Not necessarily, because if I just search, okay, the way that you could run on all variants is colors. So if you have, let's pretend this was a bandana. It's not, but let's say you had blue bandana, red bandana, yellow bandana, then you can run on those specific color variant keywords on each for each variation. But if you were just bidding on the keyword bandana, right, that means as a customer, I'm not necessarily looking, because if I just search bandana, I'm not looking for red, black, blue, or else I would search that. Remember, Amazon is a very intent-based business model. So what I'm searching is what I'm looking for. And so with this, if somebody just searches bandana and I have a blue bandana and I have a red bandana and I have a black bandana all in my variations, Amazon is a self-select business model. So when the customer does search that, they're going to see all of my products. They don't need to see multiple of my ads to be able to see that I have all the different color variations. And so they would select that. I sell in the US market, Ali. How long did you do FBA? I've been doing it for the last 6 years. Let's go. How do I get a freight forwarder? Just look up freight forwarders. There's like Forwarder One, Freightos, Parcel Monkey. Those are none of mine. Mine is exclusive for AMZ Masterclass mentorship students. What category you most sell? Health and household, home and kitchen. How do you use USPS or UPS? I don't. My product goes directly from my manufacturer overseas to Amazon's fulfillment centers, and then I do FBA, so Amazon picks, packs, and ships my product to the customer. I don't ship anything. Now I'm still working on USA, but online arbitrage. Nice, Ali. How's that going for you? I get confused when barcoding. One barcode goes on product, but where does Amazon barcode go? That's the only barcode that should be on your product, the Amazon barcode that you get from Amazon Seller Central. Can I sign up again if I didn't get verified the first time? Yes, you can. How much is your mentorship class, bro? 2K USD. Gotta go. Looking forward to the message later, Luke. Yes, sir. Thanks for all that you do for students. Couldn't recommend the course more. God bless you, Awais. I appreciate you, brother. That's in the YT chat. I've heard advertising for arbitrage is easier than private label. That doesn't even make any sense. Number one, it's literally the same advertising platform. There's not different advertising platforms for private label, arbitrage, wholesale. It's just one. There's just one. Second of all, that also doesn't make sense, because with arbitrage, unless you're winning the buy box, then you're paying to drive traffic to a listing that other people are selling on. Private label, I own all of the traffic. And so with arbitrage, why would I pay with my profits to get other people traction if I wasn't winning the buy box? And if anyone's ever done arbitrage or wholesale before, you know that you don't win the buy box day in, day out, every day, every hour of the day. How much is mentorship? 2K USD. I've heard, I answered that. Just started selling in August. How much in revenue until I have to do taxes on it? If you made $1, then you have to do legally you have to do federal taxes, my friend. Amazon is going to report how much you made, so you best do your taxes. If you made 10K in revenue, you 100% should do taxes, because there's no avoiding it. There's two things in life you can't avoid: the end of the road and Uncle Sam. And so whatever platform you guys make money on, it's all online. You can't hide it, nor should you ever hide it. I'm not saying that that's what you're trying to do, not Blended. I know you're just asking. But Amazon will report it to the federal government. The federal government will see, oh, Blended owes us X amount in taxes, but he didn't pay them 2 years. And what's crazy is they're not going to tell you the year a few months later. They're going to send it to you a year later, 2 years later, because they're backed up. And it'll be just this a random hit that you get in business that you can definitely avoid. I like how people who follow me comment nonsense in the live. So I want to start online arbitrage FBA Australia and USA. So give best advice. I don't do arbitrage, brother. I do private label. How do you do that shipping from distributor straight to Amazon when ordering from China? You create a shipment in your Amazon seller account, and then you send those PDF labels to your manufacturer. What's the name of your brand? I don't share that for obvious reasons. You are in Canada. No, I'm in the US. I'm back. I don't know who you are. Making money online is hard. It's literally, I think that's subjective. I think people think that I'm a little bit harsh when I go on tangents when people say this, but I was broke. I was sleeping on my best friend's couch. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a license. I was a party kid. I was going to raves. My vice principal when I was in high school literally said you would be lucky to work at McDonald's if you keep going down this path. Within 1 month of selling on Amazon, I was able to make $10,000 in top line revenue. I don't really think that making money online is hard. Prior to that, I don't talk about this too much, but my prior e-commerce experience was my cousins who were my mentors actually gave me some products to sell on eBay. And it was, I just, all you do is you list the products on eBay, you go through the motions, you learn how to title things, descriptions, all how to price things, all of that. I was like 17, still in high school. This was when I was still living at home. I was like making like $3,000+ in a 30-day time frame on eBay. I literally think that you have to try harder to not make money online than you do to make money online. Now, I'm not talking somebody making 6-figure business, a 7-figure business. I'm not trying to say that business is easy. It takes time, it takes work, but just in 24 hours, if I didn't have an Amazon business, if I didn't have any of my e-commerce businesses, in 24 hours, with just the things in my home, I could make money online. Or I could start to put in a plan into effect to start making money online. Within 1 week, I would make money online. My lady has 0 e-commerce experience, and even she makes money online, flipping little things here and there. She's not an e-commerce seller. She's not an Amazon seller. She doesn't own a brand. She makes money online. So I think that's subjective to say that making money is hard, but this is the silly comment I was saying, but we low-key know you commit tax evasion, teach us how to evade taxes from somebody who follows me. So it's very internet is very interesting, but you can ask Uncle Sam about my taxes, and the only way that you should try to evade taxes is by getting a CPA and do it by the books legally, because there is written tax code there is written things in our tax code that allow you to write things off, not pay as much in taxes. Everybody thinks the rich are crooks because they don't pay as much of a percentage as everybody else in taxes, but how are they crooks if it's written in the tax code? In 2025, do you think private label is the way to grow your FBA? I think private label has always been the way. Do you think coupons can help significantly when starting off products? Some people think they do. I don't really believe in this strategy. How to add a listing. There's a button on Amazon that says add a product. You click that. What types of products are sold just on eBay or even TikTok too? I don't sell just on eBay, so it's a different market. Is Amazon something that you can do after your 9 to 5? Every single person that I have ever met personally who started selling on Amazon started while they had a 9 to 5, including myself. For AWD, do you recommend automatic or manual replenishment? The thing with automatic replenishment is that sometimes it's not going to ship in time. So I would want to stay on top of it manually just so that I can make sure that I can get my inventory in time so that I'm not running out of stock. You only do PPC? I don't know what you mean by that. PPC is advertising, so I sell on Amazon. Let's go. By the way, y'all, today's live ends when we have no more questions. So if you guys have any more questions, make sure that you drop them down below on the TikTok page. Today, I posted some gem videos. Last video, I posted why the Kardashians sell their products on Amazon. And second to last video, how to compete with manufacturers when selling on Amazon. How many units do you need to be running to use ADWD? I would want, okay, so you have to think of it like this, Phil. If you sell 300 units a month and you order 1,000 units, that means for 2 months and some change, there's going to be units just sitting at Amazon that you're not selling. Because remember, you only sell 300 units a month. So in 1 month, you sell 300. That means you have 700 units left in stock. In a case like this, or just where your monthly sales and the amount that you have in storage, there's just a big gap between it. In this case, you can send some units to AWD because now you're not going to be paying the full storage fee on all 700 of those remaining units. Now, 2 ways I wouldn't use AWD. A, if I couldn't get the 5 split shipment option when sending my products to Amazon, because then you're going to get the inbound placement fee. And if I had so little units, but that by the time that I replenished my inventory from AWD, that I would be out of stock. You probably submitted some wrong info, Liam, when you signed up. Let's go. What kind of items are you selling? What's your ROI like? For a majority of the products, 100% plus ROI. And I sell in all types of categories: health and household, home and kitchen, toys and games, baby products, office products. Hello, sir. You create a new product or you sell other products that already exist. Okay, let's rewind this question. When was the last time anybody remembers a product being created that didn't exist? Microphone that's been around for a while, microphone stand that's been around for a while, camera that's been around for a while, phone been around for a while, desk. I mean, there's new markets that pop up very often, but there's nobody really creating new products. So everything online is just a regurgitation of things that already exist, making improvements. Even Scrub Daddy, it's an innovative product. They didn't invent the sponge. So AWD, how do I make sure I have 5 shipment option? You need at least 5 boxes of 5 units of your product to send to Amazon's regular fulfillment centers. You suggest branding private label. I sell in Canada and I'm looking to expand. I do. Private label is the #1 business model on Amazon, without a doubt. Let's go. Also, y'all, if you guys like the lives and you guys like the videos and you want a more in-depth guide on how to sell on Amazon and to have me as a mentor and to be part of the #1 private label mentorship program, the Harvard of private label education, I highly recommend checking out the AMZ Masterclass mentorship program in the TikTok or the YouTube bio. On that note, everybody, if we don't have any more questions, I appreciate you all. I hope everybody has a blessed day. Everybody, it is 2025. I want you all to reflect on 2024 and think back on everything that you did and everything that you wanted to accomplish at the end of 2023 and what you actually did accomplish in 2024. It's time to do some reflecting. If you went through 365 days, 12 months, 52 weeks, and your life still looks the same in 2023 and you had the ambition of it changing, one piece of advice is your life will not change unless you do. Whether that's Amazon, whether that's you have this, you want to start a construction company, it doesn't matter to me what you want for your life. But my advice to all of you, because I was in this position once as well, is your life is not going to change unless you do. I'm not going to save you. Your parents aren't going to save you. Your brother's not going to save you. Your best friend's not going to save you. Your coworker's not going to save you. Nobody is going to pull you out of the hole that you may or may not be in, except for you. So make 2025 the year that you get it in all aspects in life: health, wealth, spiritually, mentally, physically. On that note, everybody, again, make sure to check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Program in the TikTok bio. God bless you all, and I will see y'all soon. How about we go a little longer? I gotcha. We'll go till we have no more questions. How do I know how many units I should order for a PO as I scale? You'll know it's inventory forecasting. I have videos on this. How many units are you selling a day and a month? And then you calculate it from there. Appreciate you. What up, Evan? Thank you, Egyptian. How do you index for keywords? I insert keywords in my product listing, but does not index. If you have keywords in your listing, you should index. I would check the index checker. How do you operate the new ad format? What do you mean? The fundamentals of ads are still the same. How do I know I answered that? Does Helium 10 have inventory management software? There's like inventory alerts and stuff like that. Amazon has that too. Paul, thank you. Or Andalit, thank you so much for the follow. Amazon ads. Yeah, like I said, the fundamentals of Amazon ads are still the same. So I don't know what you mean. All right. Well, now on that note, everybody, I hope everyone has a blessed night, a blessed day. I will be live tomorrow, God willing. Make sure you guys hit that plus sign. And if you want a more in-depth guide on how to sell on Amazon, check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Program in the TikTok bio. YouTube, I love y'all a little bit more than TikTok. Don't tell them I said that. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. It genuinely means a lot when you guys are in the YouTube live. It helps out a lot. So I appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship. And as always, have a blessed night.